Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Welcome back to Glory Supporters. This is episode 3. We on episode 3 right now?
Yes.
I think so, episode 3. Since we were last here, we've had a few games. Peterborough played in the EFL Cup last week. They won 4-1 on penalties. Probably should have been an easier win than it turned out to be. They were held to a 1-1 draw in regular time, and in the Cup it goes straight to penalties, no extra time. But the shootout was pretty comprehensive. So they're through to the next round. They'll play Portsmouth in, I think it's September, the next game. So maybe we'll get that far and see them face Portsmouth, who are also in League One. But there are I think about 3 games between now and then, so a lot to play for. Then at the weekend, back in the league, they played Charlton. It was a 1-0 victory for Peterborough, which is good for us.
Solid.
Performance was a little bit questionable. Not many goals being scored by Peterborough. They're averaging 1 a game. It's not even an average. They're scoring 1 a game. That's it, basically.
Just 1 goal.
Yeah. But they are 4th in the league. Conceded 0 goals, scored 2. So it's not a bad start.
Solid
the win streak goes on. So they're on a win streak of 3 right now. And then they go on to face Barnsley on Tuesday night this week, again in the league. So let's see where it goes from there. Zach, do you want to give a bit of a recap on how the game went at the weekend?
Certainly. So, going on to the match recap. Obviously, we managed to steal a 1-0 win. We haven't conceded a goal yet this season, so the defence is looking very solid. More than likely, led by Ronnie Edwards, who is a football manager wonder kid, keeping the goals out at our end. So, Charlton had a little bit more possession than us. Both teams had 13 shots. However, Charlton had 0 on target, which means that they're never going to score. Posh had a phenomenal bending shot saved by the Charlton goalkeeper, and then for the goal, it was fantastically worked. Stole the ball up Charlton's end of the pitch, couple of passes, bit of tiki-taka, and then a gorgeous finish from Hector Cipriano, if that's how you say his name. I'm not overly sure.
You nailed it.
Main thing to take from it was that there was 12 yellow cards. Just seems like they kind of kicked the shit out of each other for the majority of the game. But there was a lot in Posh's last game, wasn't there? Against, not in the League Cup. Who did we play first game of the season? Reading. That was 1-0, and again, there's a lot of yellow cards. So who knows if this is the new refereeing rules about dissent, about time wasting, etc. That could be causing it. But ultimately, 2 games, 6 points, 2 goals, 0 goals conceded. Do we look like conceding? Not particularly, especially if they had no shots on target.
Yeah.
But we'll see what Barnsley can do tomorrow night. See if they can break the deadlock. After scoring 7 against Port Vale, you think that they probably will score.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be an exciting game tomorrow. See what happens. If Peterborough can keep on winning, these could be the ultimate Glory Supporters cult team.
Absolutely,
really.
yeah.
3 streak at the moment. It's looking promising for them. Let's see how far we can go with them.
I'm gonna make an early claim. We're gonna get to 7 games with Peterborough. That's my call.
I think we're going to get to the cup, that next cup game against Portsmouth. And what I think is really funny, actually, is they play Portsmouth in the cup, and then the next game in the league is also against Portsmouth.
Oh, nice.
So if they lose to Portsmouth in the cup, they could beat them in the league, and we're back with Peterborough again.
Switch.
So we won't actually leave League One, which is against the whole idea of the channel. But
true.
Yeah, there's still a lot of games to happen, but that would make it quite entertaining if it gets that far.
Yeah, support Portsmouth for a game, then back to Peterborough, and then see how the run goes again.
Yeah, indeed.
We'll find out.
Yeah. So I'm going to move on to some predictions. What we're going to do is each week we're going to predict the correct result and the correct score, and we'll keep a tally, see who out of the 2 of us is the most accurate. Going from last week. Zach, what did you predict again?
I said 3-1 Posh. We didn't concede, and we also didn't score 3 goals, but right result. We can go with that.
Yeah, and I went for 2-1 in the cup, which didn't happen, and also 1-0 to anyone in the league.
Oh, of course, yeah. Sorry, I went 3-1 cup, and I don't remember what I said in the league. I said we'd win. That's
I honestly don't remember either.
Who knows?
If you've seen the video previously, please remind us. Obviously got memories like a goldfish.
Yes, poor.
So what we'll do is prediction for the Barnsley game, and then assuming they will beat Barnsley, I'm not saying that they will, but assuming they do, let's get a prediction in for Northampton at the weekend as well. Just because we probably won't get a video up between now and the weekend. So result and score for Barnsley, what do you think?
Obviously, I'm sticking with us. I'm sticking with us to win. Barnsley will not be a tough. Will not be a tough game. It will be a tough game. It won't be an easy game. I think we beat Barnsley. I want to say 1-0, but that's boring. We can't do that again. I think it's going to be like do you know what? I'm going to say 3-2. End to end. Barnsley clearly can score. 3-2. 3-2 Peterborough. And then Northampton, providing we beat Barnsley, I'm going to go rogue and say 4-0. They're going to batter them.
Okay. Well, funnily enough, I was going to predict 3-2 against Barnsley.
Okay.
So just to keep it interesting, I'm going to say 4-2 to Peterborough.
Yeah.
So keep that streak going. And then at the weekend against Northampton, I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory to Northampton.
Oh.
I'm going against the Posh. I just can't see the streak going too long. I'd love it to go on for a few weeks, but
Ye of little faith.
yeah, well, on a bit of change as well. Let's see where we can go. I want to learn about some more teams.
I have one more week with Peterborough, 2 more wins, and then jump onto someone else's bandwagon. But I'm telling you, Peterborough are going long. Yeah. We're gonna carry on for a while with this, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's worth noting that Barnsley is probably the closest team geographically to us at the moment.
True.
So if they do win, we can actually go and see some of the games as well. So that would be nice.
That's a point.
So let's see what happens. We'll keep track of these scores and see how we perform along the season. As we promised in previous videos, we don't just want to provide match reports and say who's won and who's lost. We want to learn a little bit more about the clubs themselves. So I went to Reddit this week, and I went on a few of the subreddits and asked for some information on Peterborough as a team. We wanted to find out stuff that you can't really get from Wikipedia. Wanted a little bit more of a fan's perception of the club and the history. Thanks to those that did respond and give some really interesting facts. Read off a few of them now and let you guys know what we found out as well. As we kind of highlighted in the previous episode, the Peterborough have been quite good for emerging some young talent. So most notably Ivan Toney was there. I will say though, they didn't uncover him. No. He was a Newcastle player. We
developed him.
Developed him is probably a better way. And then I would say more notably is David Seaman, came from Peterborough. I don't know how long he was there. You have any idea?
God knows, no. But it's one of them. I wonder if he's, without looking at his career, I don't know if he's gone Peterborough, Arsenal, England number 1 for years, caused absolute heartbreak with the Ronaldinho free kick because he was too far off his fucking line. So God knows, that'd be interesting to look into to see if they developed him and he went on to big things. But it's certainly not a club that you think, they've got a great youth setup, they've brought along XYZ. It's, I think, the fact that somebody mentioned Ivan Toney, David Seaman and Craig McHale-Smith as their third best, player to come out of the club. Pretty worrying.
It's not really a good claim to fame, so apologies Peterborough fans.
And no offence to Craig McHale-Smith, you're not going to see this.
No, massive offence. You were shocking. you need to improve.
Yeah. Sorry, Craig. I don't think you've obviously done a lot more than I have in my football career, but it's not a name that'll be remembered, I imagine. And then, as we've obviously found out as well, a gentleman called Barry Fry has obviously clearly been player, manager, chairman, and brutal Del Boy style negotiator. I imagine if you're watching this, you've probably seen another viral video where he negotiates a transfer way back in like 1997 or something for a striker, and it's an absolute classic, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Welcome aboard, my man.
Cheers.
Brilliant. Thanks a million. Thank
Top
you,
man,
young man.
Barry. All right.
So to the fat bastard in the blue blazer.
But apparently he's like Marmite to Posh fans, so if you watch this, come back to us and tell us if you love him or hate him. I'd be interested to know, actually.
Yeah, one of the comments from the people on Reddit was he mortgaged his own house to keep the club afloat. So that was quite
Do
interesting.
you think they'd love him?
Yeah,
Surely someone that does that for the club cares massively.
it's definitely a lot of passion.
Yeah.
To be able to do that.
Yeah. I wonder if it was his fault they kind of got into that mess.
Could be, yeah. It could be like,
Who
sorry
knows?
guys, let me do this to make it right. I don't know. If anybody does know, let us know. That would be interesting.
And if Barry fancies a trip up to Harrogate, we'll get him in the middle here. The fat bastard in the blue suit, I think he called himself.
Yeah.
Get him up.
Yeah, why not? Barry, if you're watching, come on.
Come on, get down. If Peterborough win tomorrow night and Saturday, or the weekend, then we'll find out some more information from you. See how we go.
Yeah, indeed.
Up the Posh.
Up the Posh. Okay, so we've also decided to create a fantasy football league. Obviously, fantasy football is just for the Premier League teams, but we wanted to have the community involved a little bit more. So we've created this league. If you win it, you'll win a football shirt of your choice. It will be for the 24-25 season, so you can get the next shirt for next year. If you want to join, code is in the description. It's free to join. All we ask is you subscribe to our channel in order to be what the fuck is it called? In order to be eligible to win the prize, you do need to be subscribed to our channel and obviously be in the league. So join along. We'll keep entry open for a few more weeks, and then each week we will go over top 5 managers in the league for that week. We're not going to do it this week. The game week hasn't finished. There's a game on tonight.
Yeah.
So next week we'll do a recap of the end of game week 1, and then by that point we can also do the end of game week 2 as well. See where everyone is after those first 2 games.
Yeah. See how we go.
Indeed.
Well, I think that's probably the end of episode 3. Thank you very much for watching if you have. Please continue to like the videos, comment on them, subscribe to the channel because it is helping us along. We're kind of doing this for fun, but it's great to get some engagement. We've had a little bit back and it's very wholesome is a nice way to say it, I think. It's good to have some stuff back. Great that the Reddit stuff's come back. I'm glad Kieran did that because I have no clue about Reddit at all. I am useless. But yeah, please just engage with us. It'll make this more enjoyable for us. And if you've got any more information on Peterborough, because as I mentioned, we're clutching at straws, get it into us. Any form of social media, just drop us a message or a comment. And then if you're a Barnsley or Northampton fan, you're our upcoming fixture. So let us know something about the club just in case you do beat the Posh. And then we'll pop that into the next video. Or if it's interesting enough, it might go in anyway, even if Peterborough continue to win. So we'll see. And we'll probably see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Up the Posh.
Up the Posh.